If I ask you a question, what is India's biggest concern today? Then what would your answer be? And I think most of you will answer it correctly. India's biggest concern today is India's massive population. So today India has more than 1.4 billion people. More than 1.4 billion means more than 140 crore, and we are ahead of China in this regard, and we are the most populous nation on this earth. So this huge population of India can be both boon or bane. So how, that is what we are going to discuss in today's video. So India's huge population can be compared to a double-edged sword like this. Okay, if you see this sword, it has two edges here and here. So what does this double-edged sword situation mean? That means you can use both edges of the sword to attack your enemy. To attack your enemy means of being beneficial. This sword is beneficial on either side, but at the same time it is difficult to handle the sword. How will you handle it? Where will you place it? You cannot carry it with you, can you? Exactly. So that is the problem. So double-edged sword, it can attack enemy with both ends, but at the same time you yourself cannot carry it conveniently. Similar is the situation is with India's population. So this population, if this huge population can be harnessed properly, it can be a boon for our country, and if not, it can be a bane, and which may result in various inconveniences for our country. And these are the things we are going to discuss today. So how can this huge population of India can be a boon? Okay, so one such reason is the demographic dividend. Now what does this demographic dividend mean? Demographic dividend means in India the working age population is higher than the non-working age population, and that is how this population can significantly take part in the country's economic activities for decades. Suppose 20s, suppose we have huge population of people who are in 20s today. So this population can easily work for another 30 years. After that they will retire, and this population, if it can work properly or significantly for next 30 years, that can be huge boost for our country's economy. So this way the demographic dividend is very useful for India. Then large workforce. Of course, since our population is very high, our workforce will also be very high. A vast pool of laborers can make India a hub for skilled workers, attracting businesses and boosting the economy. So when we have large workforce, that means we will also have a skilled workforce, and this skilled workforce can take part in various business and economic activities, and thereby we can also attract businesses from abroad and from within the country also, which would be again beneficial for our country's economy. Another big boon with such a huge population of India can be the large market. And of course, when the population is very high, our market will also be very high. Market means the market for our consumers. Okay, so this has the potential to attract businesses from not only from India but also from abroad, and which will also encourage greater economic activity and greater prosperity for our country. Like here I can give you an example, like vehicles. Okay, India is today third or fourth largest vehicle market in our country. Since our country's population is very high, therefore the vehicle demand is also very high, and that is why many players are there in this vehicle manufacturing area, and who can sell vehicles, cars, and we also have huge consumers, and that is also significantly contributing to our country's economy. Now at the same time, this huge population can also be a bane for our country. So how can it be a bane? So once again, since the population is very high, so this high population can create certain problems like scarcity of food, scarcity of land, water, energy, etc. And when there will be scarcity, there will be competition also. So here I can give you an example. Recently, you have seen that water scarcity problem has been seen in big cities like Bengaluru and New Delhi. So why this has happened? Okay, to an extent we can say that that happened due to scarcity of water, but we also have to see our population. No? Those cities are very populous cities, and this huge population also has resulted in, to an extent, in the water scarcity problem in those particular cities. Okay, then unemployment. Okay, this is a very serious issue for India right now. Our population is increasing, or we already have huge population. If according to the increase in population, job creation cannot be done, that can lead to significant unemployment problem in our country. And one more thing, if unemployment rises, then social problems, social evils can also rise, poverty can also rise. There may be uncertainty among the youth or among the unemployed people. So unemployment type problems are also very significant when the population of our country is very high. And recently, according to one report, it has been said that the current unemployment in the country is around 9%. So which is a serious matter, and this is a direct result of our country's huge population. Then another issue is the environmental issue. Okay, the environmental issue, that means how can our country's huge population degrade our environment? When the population is high, the consumption will be high. When the consumption will be high, there will be more land pollution, water pollution, air pollution, deforestation, and a general strain on our ecosystem. Here I can give an example. So when household consumption increases, so all those household waste flow into some river or some water body. That way the river or water body is polluted, we see water pollution. Then I gave you an example of the automobile industry. When every household or many people will have vehicles, there will be vehicular pollution also, which will end up in polluting our air. So that is how environment is also impacted due to huge population. And these are some of the cases where the huge population can be a bane for our country. Now the question is how to well manage the population. Okay, so already we have huge population, and our government, our society must be able to manage or utilize this population. So population control, etc., we are not talking about, that is not our topic of discussion today, but still this huge population can be managed. First thing is education and skill development. Since unemployment can be a big problem with population explosion, the youth, especially the recently graduated youth, can be like their skill development aspect should be taken care seriously. Or also when people are studying, students are studying at the undergraduate level or at the high school level, so skill development should also be a focus of education. Not only education, but along with that, skill development must be looked after. Then only our population, our huge young educated population will be fit for our country's economic growth, or who can contribute to the growth of our country. Next is infrastructure development. So when the population is increasing, that will create a strain on infrastructure. Like if I say the roadways, okay, when there are many vehicles, so that will create a strain on the roads. Okay, so we'll need better transportation, sanitation, okay, the waste management, those things we have to take care of. Then healthcare, okay, when there will be huge population, there will be a huge population of people, will also have significantly huge population of people will also have diseases, etc., or they will need better healthcare. So healthcare facilities should also be created accordingly as the increase in population. So infrastructure development is also important. And also sustainable practices. So what are sustainable practices? Like resource conservation. Since population is very high, our resources may be like getting finished soon. That aspect we have to be careful about. So we have to conserve our resources like water, like minerals, like forests, etc. And also pollution control is also necessary, like hybrid vehicles or electric vehicles. Those type of vehicles can be a solution to control the pollution in our country. So that is how we have discussed the aspects how this huge population can be both boon and bane for our country. So the main most important thing is how to better control the population we already have through these steps. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you will find it useful. If you have liked the video, please like it, share it. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe the channel. I will soon see you in another such very useful video. Thank you very much.